Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is NXT. We are here at Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida, just minutes away, potentially. No, we're days away from Over the Limit, the Raw exclusive pay-per-view where the Bullet Club will claim what is rightfully theirs. But here tonight, NXT has a huge main event to deal with. It is a prelude to the matches confirmed at NXT TakeOver. A tag team matchup on one side, Steve Austin and the NXT champion Kazuchika Okada going up against the D.C.C of the #1 contender for that said championship, Chris Sabin, and the ever dangerous Corin. That is destined to be a huge main event here tonight. Watch out when those two teams go at it, because something is bound to go mental. Someone is bound to collide with someone, and we're going to see some insanity as we are now about 3 weeks out from TakeOver itself, which of course, as we found out last week, will be taking place in London. But before that starts, we're going to kick things off as Ember Moon is going to go up against Peyton Royce. Alright, well here comes Ember Moon, one of the first times we've actually seen Ember since her loss. It might actually be the first time we've seen Ember Moon since her loss to Nikki Cross. Good rhyme there. Following NXT TakeOver, you know, we had the loss to TakeOver, and then the week after they took each other on in a rematch in which Cross won as well, retaining the NXT Women's Championship she held at that time. And here Ember... Hello? That's Peyton Royce for sure. You know, but accompanying behind here, but who the hell is this woman? Whoever this is, she just got the jump on Ember Moon and is certainly in the accompaniment of the NXT Women's Champion. And Ember Moon there almost struck the champ Peyton Royce, but is unable to. Peyton Royce not her opponent here, but whoever this woman is certainly is. Ember Moon now. Oh, collision between these two women now as Ember Moon looks to try and quickly run into the ring here and get this matchup underway, but I have absolutely no idea who she is. But she certainly managed to get the jump on Ember Moon. Well, that took me completely by surprise. But there we go. What I was going to say was that you know, Ember Moon makes her way out to the ring. I was going to talk about how Peyton Royce and Nikki Cross has been confirmed for a rematch at TakeOver. NXT people had a nice graphic ready and all, and I assume they'll show that probably later on in the night or whatever. But right now, we have this match to focus on. Ember Moon just exploding away there with strikes, but the NXT committee has something else to announce. Zabisco and JBL wanted myself to talk about something quickly, and I will get right to that. The match card, of course, that is. The other match, that being Ultimo Dragon and Bret Hart, and apparently there is a special announcement, so if you pay attention to that match, they have a huge announcement lined up for us. And I will talk about that whenever, of course, it arises. But right now, Single Leg Boston Crab by whoever this woman is. Okay, alright, sorry about that. I just received word in the back that this woman here is actually Billie Kay, also now signed to this universe, accompanying, it seems, the NXT Women's Champion, Peyton Royce. Perhaps friends of some sort, I don't know, perhaps they are close friends and I am not aware of it, but right now anyway, she is certainly going to try and prove her own against Ember Moon, who has, since that pre-match attack, been holding her own more or less against Billie Kay right here. Kay much taller than her as well. If you look, she's, what's the correct word I'm looking for here? Slender, as opposed to lanky. Nice move there by Ember Moon, almost like a move Nikki Cross tends to do. Royce now with a chair in the ring. Sneaking a chair in the ring, perhaps trying to assist Billie Kay. And oh, Ember Moon, only her leg hit onto the chair, thankfully for her sake. Billie Kay now up high, calling Ember Moon up to her feet. This could hit hard here. Ember from the top with a crunching double axe handle. Sorry, Billie Kay even from the top rope. She is feeling awfully confident right now about what is going on. Referee may want to step in the way and try and get that chair out of dodge as quickly as possible. What a knee in the face there by Ember Moon, who removes the chair herself. Looking to go back to work on this matchup here. Gonna send her into the corner. Look at the agility there. Oh, the agility of Ember Moon was being demonstrated front and foremost right there as she nailed that handspring and that backflip, and then all of a sudden clattered in the back of the neck by Billie Kay. Kay now Oh, big boot. Absolutely flattened Moon there. I'm not too sure if she got all of it, but she certainly got enough to keep Ember Moon down and out. Billie Kay in her debut here, victorious. Peyton Royce certainly picking up one woman who can help her out. Can give her the wins that she needs, you know, can take the falls that she needs as well. Nice win there for Billie Kay upon her debut, and Peyton Royce pointing to her newfound friend or whatever she is. They are celebrating the win together. Certainly seems as if she is happy about that right now, but of course, as I said, as we are going to pull away from this victory celebration she's having at NXT TakeOver London, we will be seeing Peyton Royce and Nikki Cross go at it again in a rematch for the NXT Women's Championship. I'm looking forward to that matchup. Looking forward to seeing if what Royce managed to do in that triple threat match was merely a fluke, or if she had the credibility and she had it within her to defeat Nikki Cross when it counted. And can she do the same at TakeOver to hold on to that NXT Women's Championship? We'll find out. But right now we're going to move on to our next contest. Ultimo Dragon against Bret Hart. Alright, so moving on from the debut of Billie Kay, we now focus on to another match. We've got a Ultimo Dragon going one-on-one with Bret the Hitman Hart, and this was the I can't remember the correct word, the thing that the NXT co-general managers wanted me to discuss, the point that wanted to be brought up. Never mind, Bret Hart is now getting the jump on Ultimo Dragon. No one's patient anymore. There's Bret from behind, drop kick to Ultimo. Kind of just goes to possess the new attitude, really, that Bret Hart's brought with him since arriving to NXT and getting a significant jump on Ultimo. Your DDT on the ramp. Not too sure what Bret Hart's problem has been ever since he arrived in NXT. I would go to assume it's frustration due to everything that's taken place. You know, the simple fact of the matter is that Bret, you know, he's debuted on NXT, didn't believe he should have been sent down to you. And now he has to contest with everyone else. But the point I was looking to make as this matchup gets underway is that at NXT TakeOver, the NXT committee will be debuting a new championship for the talents. There will be another battle royal to determine who will hold that title at TakeOver. I currently don't know the name or anything what it looks like, but I can tell you that they are indeed setting up a new championship. So looking forward to that at TakeOver. I mean, 4 titles on the NXT brand, becoming a bigger brand day in and day out is NXT. And right now, anyway, between Ultimo Dragon and Bret Hart, I assume 2 men who will be contested within that battle royal. Certainly Bret, I would assume. And well, since that opening attack, things have kind of backfired for Bret a little bit. Never mind, there's a counter. Bret Hart sends him over his knee. And now here goes Bret Hart. Perhaps can he unload? Bret keeping Ultimo Dragon on the floor right now. He's going to work on the neck repeatedly, though, and the head. That is not really what Bret needs, though, in order to get this tap-out win with the sharpshooter. Ultimo Dragon quick to be countered, though. But he's quick to counter back. What can Dragon look for here? Nothing. Bret Hart completely denying him the opportunity to try for something. Great duck. Oh, there's the low blow by Bret. There's that low blow once more by Bret Hart. Unnecessary there. Bret Hart really just going to all lengths to try and get the win. And now we're going to see it locked in on Ultimo Dragon. I highly doubt Ultimo will be able to hang on. Here we go. Bret locks it in, turns it over, sharpshooter. Oh, well, not the best ring awareness there by Bret Hart. Ultimo Dragon just had to extend his arms out slightly and he was at the ropes. Uh-oh, this is not looking good, though, for Ultimo. Into the gut. Bret Hart just hoping he has enough now to put it all to rest. Cover you on Ultimo Dragon, and oh god, he gets it. Alright. Well, I wasn't expecting that, but there we go. Bret Hart just got the 3 count with a very relatively easy maneuver, but Ultimo Dragon may have been completely off guard following that low blow. Well, there's your winner. Bret the Hitman Hart with another victory here as the NXT crowd continue to somewhat seem to side against the Hitman. But Bret Hart has not really made that much of a care about it. It hasn't really bothered Bret that much anyway. Bret Hart just looking to try and perhaps win that new NXT championship they'll be debuting at NXT TakeOver and just move on in life in an attempt to get back up to the main roster. So there we go, another win for Bret. Bumping off that loss to Cedric Alexander he suffered a few weeks ago. Hopefully for Bret Hart's sake, he can continue this momentum. Hopefully for the rest of NXT's sake, though, he drops this whole low blows shenanigans, because it's not really the most respectful thing to do. But anyway, we're going to move on to our main event now. Here we go. Okada and Austin against Sabin and Corin. Alright, well, the big question for this matchup is, can these teams coexist? I mean, sure, the D.C.C may be able to coexist, but can Austin and Okada work together on the same page here? Because there's no real way of putting it. Austin is a redneck. He is he is kind of your lone ranger, really. Austin travels alone and doesn't walk around with anyone. He stays by himself. He stays true to his own colors like a true rattlesnake and does not go along in a pack. Austin stays as a one-man army and is looking to try and perhaps, will he look to try and keep that going here tonight when he squares off against Corin in a prelude to what's going to take place at TakeOver? Maybe so. Will he try and benefit Okada and work together with him? Maybe so. I couldn't tell you, but all we know right now is that all four men who were in some of the bigger matches, well, you know, one is in the main event of TakeOver, are going to go out of here tonight. Expect some fireworks to fly. Expect there to be huge kinds of sparks. It is going to be a pretty significant moment when all four of these men are getting ready to go at it. And you can see this crowd rise as they hear the theme of the NXT champion. Within the NXT arena, there is Okada. Kazuchika Okada getting ready now. Of course, 3 weeks from now, he will take on Chris Sabin for that NXT championship in a rematch from the last NXT TakeOver. Okada worked so hard to get that championship around his waist. The rebranding of NXT has given Okada, of course, that new championship, but Sabin does not believe the same as Okada. He believes that championship belongs to Chris Sabin, belongs to the D.C.C, and that Okada is merely a placeholder for it. He's merely in the way of it all. And that Chris Sabin should have that title right back, right now. Okada should just cough it up to him, move on with his life, and allow, as Chris Sabin put it, allow for him to save NXT before Okada can destroy it. You certainly see that Okada, though, is very in the zone. He's very calm about everything going on. He's very just mentally clear, I suppose is the correct way of saying it. He is ready for TakeOver for sure, but he is keeping things as calm right now and as normal as possible for his sake. I think the calmer he stays, the better minded he stays within this ring, and just in life in general, the better he'll be heading into TakeOver. A clear mind is always going to be better for Okada. I think that was one of the main assets that got him the success at TakeOver. You know, with Alright, what I was going to say was with someone like with Sabin, you are destined to have some kind of, he's obviously always going to be agitated. That is just kind of how he operates, and we certainly see it with this man as well. So when they snap, it makes it easier, really, for their, what's I'm looking for, for their opponents to get an advantage over them. And that's what Okada managed to take over. I'm not too sure if that's what Austin will be able to manage to take over, though, because, let's be honest, Stone Cold Steve Austin is hardly a calm man in his own right. But as Corin heads to the ring, himself and Sabin coming out to separate entrances. Wouldn't have expected to see that take place, but that's apparently what is going to happen here. That's the ego of Chris Sabin being demonstrated at a high level here. You know, his inability to even come out with the newest member of the D.C.C. kind of going to show how much Sabin thinks of himself, how highly he believes himself to be. But nevertheless, Corin stands in the ring, and Austin is yet to try and get the jump on him. Austin just kind of standing there right now. He is anxious, I imagine, to get the jump, but he has refrained himself so far. So now as Corin waits in the ring, here comes the #1 contender for the NXT Championship. Here comes Chris Sabin. Sabin will, of course, look to do everything in his power here to try and get some kind of effect that he had on Okada heading into TakeOver. Last time these two men met in a tag team matchup, Sabin took Okada backstage, threw him around the backstage area and finished it off by super kicking him into a locker room, severely knocking Okada's head around. And it seemed to give, well, we thought it would give Sabin the advantage heading into TakeOver, but of course it was not to be. It was Okada who walked out with that NXT Championship firmly around his waist, and Sabin has to be utterly distraught about what happened. Well, he obviously is. And now it just seems that Sabin is, his need for that championship has just overtaken him. His desire to have that championship back is greater, I think, than it's ever been. Sabin losing out that championship to Okada has just made him an even more pissed off human being. And we're going to get a prelude to TakeOver right from the start as Austin is going to kick things off against Corin here. And it's Corin who looks to explode out of the blocks, and Austin sends him down with a spine buster. The Rattlesnake off to the better start of the two. These two men have been trading blows back and forth over the last few weeks, jumping each other after their matches. Of course, last week it was made official that these two men would meet following Austin's jump on Corin after Corin defeated EC3. These two men really just been, after every match almost they have, it's just one man jumps the other. And it's incredible to see it taking place so often. Corin, of course, has got himself involved, though, with Okada on one occasion. When Okada had successfully defeated The Undertaker to retain his tag team championship. At the end of the show, the D.C.C graphic played and we all assumed Sabin was on his way. But that wasn't the case. It was Corin who made the jump on Okada. And it seemed to have been, though, at the time that he was just doing the dirty work of the D.C.C's leader. Because right now, Austin has got himself locked in with Corin, but it's not going to happen right now, apparently. Austin still has a little bit of fire with the left within him for Corin, but he's going to have to wait a little longer, maybe, or not. Austin now unable to keep his hands to himself, but there, and Okada now the legal man, going to go to work on the new dangerous man of the D.C.C, currently undefeated, of course, since making his debut at TakeOver. The effect that he left on Macho Man Randy Savage has led him to being in a tag team with Matt Hardy. That's how distraught and kind of mentally disturbed Macho Man has become, courtesy of Corin. And, oh, went for that swanton there and completely mistimed it. Nasty landing, it looked like, on the top of his head. And he looked for that tag, and, oh, Okada countering that tag here. What is he going to go for now? Okada up high. And drop kick into the chest. Just trying to catch his bearings there on the ground was Corin, but he had no time whatsoever, courtesy of Okada. But once more, he's right back to it. Tag made. What are these two men going to go for here? Up in the air. And, oh, sending him down. Double team there. Gorilla press into kind of like, I don't know, side slams. And now it's Okada and Sabin once more. Here we go with these two men squaring off. Who can get the advantage? Who can get into someone's mind ahead of TakeOver? Sabin leaps with the elbow drop. Cover right after it. Be great for him if he could pin Okada, but not going to happen. Back and forth reversals between both men right here, right now. Okada kicking the gut. But he might be following up with something there. Great counter by Sabin. Russian leg sweep. Not Russian leg sweep. Reverse DDT even. Sabin sending him back into the corner, though. Will we see some frequent tags between the D.C.C? So he seems as if he wanted to try, and oh, here we go. We're going to get the same recipe now, with the same receipt for, oh, Sabin, as he gets caught with that dropkick in the chest. Tag going to be made now. In comes Austin. And Okada cannot keep himself to himself, apparently. Oh, what a clothesline there. Onto Stone Cold. Absolutely floored a Rattlesnake. There's a step up in Zaguri. Is Sabin all of a sudden about to close in on a very quick and easy victory maybe for the D.C.C. Has Austin hooked. A man he's defeated in the past. Cradle shock right after it. cover here. One. Oh, come on. Corin couldn't break it up, and Okada went to break up the pin and ended up accidentally striking the referee. Not what he wanted at all, but the referee recovering now, thankfully. And Austin quick to tag back out here. Following that cradle shock he took. Perhaps the smart idea that he does tag out. Up on his shoulders now. Great reversal there by Sabin. Now the D.C.C may look to take full control here in the corner. Tag made into Corin. What will we see? That is a 200 and something plus. That is about a 250-pound man just leaping at you with a crossbody right there. Not something you normally see. Just look at the danger that he possesses, though. Look at how he just throws Okada around there with those strikes. Corin tagged in, and Sabin getting shrugged back off. It seems as if he wanted to be tagged back in, but the hunger for Corin to just take it to the NXT champion right now, apparently just too great. Catches him in the face there with that good strike. That solid strike. Corin now. Will we see what we have seen over the last few weeks? He brings him in for whatever this move is. Slams him down right after it. Okada may be done for. Maybe the beginning of the end. Spins him round. Corin. Clock strikes 12. Okada down. But Corin not the one to finish it. Tag made into Sabin. No way that Sabin has declared himself the one who has to get the pin here. Austin sent to the outside, and Okada kicks out. That was not what Sabin wanted at all. He was just hoping he could finish it right there. Okada with the reversal now. Up on his shoulders here. And brings him down there with that fireman's carry. Kind of headlock slam, like a white noise really. Okada would have been looking to make the tag in right there. But it's the STF. It's the camel clutch STF on Sabin now. Corin trying to will him on. Trying to will on his leader. Sabin, though, is just about able to hang on. He's elbowing his way out of there. Great work by Sabin. Can he retaliate here? Back suplex, countered. Sabin turns him around, rolls him up here, rolls him up. Austin not in to stop it, and Sabin pins Okada. Sabin gets the win. It may not be a huge win, it may not be via the cradle shock, but Sabin rolls up the champion. That is all that matters for Chris Sabin. A monumental win. It's a win that brings huge momentum for him heading into NXT TakeOver. A key asset there was Corin, it has to be said. And both men celebrating in victory right now with huge wins over their opponents at TakeOver. And what makes it worse for Okada, yes, it's a loss for him, but when you lose to the man who you will be going face to face with in the main event, that is what I think makes it even just the more worse for his sake. Well, there we have it. With Sabin's victory, could that change the momentum? Perhaps could that change who the favorite could be heading into TakeOver in your eyes? Maybe so. But with TakeOver getting closer and closer, it really is looking more and more like it could go back to Chris Sabin. So that being said, that is going to end this episode of Universe. A very short episode of Universe, but my apologies for that. We'll see you at Over the Limit. And of course, we'll see you next week for NXT as we get on the road to TakeOver. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys. And ta-ra.